as I was saying, this is definitely going to be a part 2, because I had a feeling that this was going to be a part 2, honestly. Like, what was I saying? Yeah, so like nowadays, like I'm willing to risk, and I feel like me being able to risk, whenever I actually made that risk and made profit based off of that risk, it paid out 3, 4, 5 times, which means that now I have cushion. Me having cushion now means that I can take more risk, but also, you know, be a little bit more open with how I'm investing my money in this, how much volume I'm actually adding per order, and all these things. The person that's frugal or not willing to risk, they're not going to be in shit like this. They're not going to be able to afford the lifestyle that they dream of and that kind of stuff. Risking 1%. Risking 1%. You don't really want to be an investor. You kind of want to be an investor. You kind of want the lifestyle. You kind of want the success and that kind of stuff. You kind of want everything if you're risking 1%. That's my take on it. If a person is risking 1%, they just kind of want it. They don't really want it. A person that's willing to risk, they want that shit. Listen, I'm going to study my ass off for this amount of time, blah, blah, blah. Like, make sure that I comprehend the level of comprehension that I need to pretty much, you know, trade effectively. And from there, I'm risking. I'm risking. Why? Because I'm risking because of this. I'm risking because I had, you know, other income sources coming in. If I fuck up, all right, cool. I gotta probably wait like about 2 weeks, but I'm gonna fund that on that account again and study for the meantime while I'm building up that money to trade again. Which means that I'll bust my ass for 2-3 weeks and everything else, invest in an account. Throughout that entire time, I'm making sure that I'm studying, so like by the time that I have the capital and that kind of stuff to invest again, I'm on my shit. And then I'm risking from that point. So like, let's say now I build it up to the point that I can now invest $5,000. Like the torch that I'm doing like right now, in 3 days, it's up almost like $15,000. $15,000. So now I tripled the account in a couple of days. A person that's not willing to risk more than 1%, they're not doing that. They're not seeing major life changes. And this is the craziest thing. Like I was driving here. The person that is risking 1%, the person that told them to risk 1% doesn't really have much going on. 1,000%. The person that is telling the person that's doing 1% to only risk 1%, they don't have much going on. I doubt they have a lifestyle that you crave to have. And this is the wild thing. The person that told that person to do 1%, they're not doing 1%. The initial person that told the person that told you to do 1%, they're not trading 1%. That's if they are at a point that they could do like what they want. They got money coming in, money's like the person that is doing a lot when it comes to the investing game, they're not risking just 1%. They're risking 10%, 20% at times even 30%. But the risk to reward is there. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, the question I asked this morning, I said, is it bad risk management if I lose $20,000 on a trade? You can only answer that question if you have that one factor, that one variable, which is, what is the account balance? If you do not know the account balance, you cannot say many things. You cannot say bad risk management, over leverage. You cannot say a person is over leveraged or bad risk management if you do not know their balance of their account. If that is a missing variable, you cannot answer anything else, because that's the main factor. That is the main factor, like right there. If that's missing, then you can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, you have to pretty much get to a point that you just understand these dynamics of trading, because once you do, I feel like you'll be a bit more open with, you know, being open to a certain amount to risk. You know what I'm saying? Even risking 5%, 10%. Honestly, like, that shit it makes life changes when it comes to making the money. I'm saying, like, if I'm risking $20,000, then more than likely I'm I'm expecting to make like 50K, 60K, 70K off that trade. More than likely. Which means that if I'm doing a 2-lot on US 30, okay, I'm risking what, 20,000, right? But I'm projecting myself to make on that one order triple times the amount, or even 4 times the amount. And like once I actually hit for that 3 or 4 times the amount, now I have all this fucking cushion, 60K, 70K in cushion, which means that now even if I lose one trade after that, I'm still up like $50,000. You know what I'm saying? Even if I wanted to up the lot size to 3 lots, okay, I'm risking 30,000, but now I could still be up $40,000. But now, what if I had that same 3 lot? I'm risking the 30,000, but now I end up making like $70,000 on that same 3 lot. That's how you fucking grow inside this fucking game, I feel like, man. And if you're not doing that, a lot of times you see super slow progress to the point that it doesn't even matter. Super slow progress to the point that it gets annoying because you fucking see this person on this side, like they've been doing so-and-so, and now all of a sudden they're making life-changing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be simple things like, you know, getting a brand new phone, getting a brand new car, getting a brand new house, getting a brand new apartment, you start seeing changes, life changes, not just a couple $100 in your pocket. No, you start seeing fucking changes when you start being open to risk. Obviously, you have to be at a certain skill level and a certain comprehension level to actually be able to do this, but you should be striving to get to the point that the comprehension is there, versus just getting to the point that you have capital to just risk. The main thing is literally comprehension. Once that is there, you could pretty much risk, but not risk. As far as you're risking so-and-so, but pretty much your comprehension is so on point that risk is calculated. Everything is calculated. You have a high chance of making this investment work now. Now, if that one trade works, now you have triple the amount to play with now. Now you have cushion. The main goal inside this entire thing is cushion, cushion, cushion. If I have a 10K account, all of a sudden I grow to like $120,000 and I lose 40K. From me just trying to up my lot size to risk for this upcoming trade that I see potentially happening. I lose 40K from the 120. I'm still good. I'm still good. I have 80K. Cool. I can still make a major comeback. Major comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I did one trade. I think my account balance was like 150. I was negative, like it was a sloppy entry, a lot of stuff, but I was negative like 80,000 from like the 160. But I was so fucking confident. I was like, yo, listen, like it's taking longer than I expected, but yo, this is gonna fucking play out. Like I calculated everything, I analyzed everything, like I read, you know, like I did my fucking research, I did my technical analysis, I did my analytics, and I made 176 on that trade right there. You know what I'm saying? I made $176,000 on that trade. That's a $176,000 trade that I have on YouTube that you can check out, that I made on US 30. Fucking incredible trade. Because I was willing to risk. Because once I'm willing to risk, bro, the outcome, that's what it's about. If I fuck up, cool. I go on like a 2-3 week hiatus, just fucking grinding out those next couple weeks till I get to a point that I could pretty much, you know, be on point like how I want to again to reinvest and that kind of shit. But while I'm waiting to reinvest, I'm busting my ass, fucking grinding, studying, doing everything that I got to do. But when it comes to investing, I'm willing to risk, because that payout, that's where it gets life-changing. That's where it gets life-changing. You know what I'm saying? So small account, big account. Small account is where the skill is made. The small account makes the skill. The big accounts maintain the skill. Put it that way. All right. So this right here has been a Q-Tip Fridays part 1 and part 2, the longest Q-Tips I've ever done yet. So I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next one. Time's almost up. Put the feedback in the comments, and I appreciate the feedback, every single one of them. And I'm gonna holler at you guys till next week. Q-Tip Fridays. Peace. So, and this is gonna be part 3 of this week's Q-Tip Fridays. the last part I want to touch upon before I close this chapter is why is it difficult for big accounts and small accounts? Like why is it hard for some people that's used to big accounts to grow small accounts? It's because they've gotten so used to the amount of discipline and the amount of let's say room for just error that they got used to when it comes to a big account, that they forget when it comes to a small account. It takes more time, it takes more discipline, it takes more nurturing, it takes, it just takes more looking over, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, there's times when, if I go from a big account, like, all right, for example, I'm used to trading like 6-figure accounts and that kind of stuff, right? At times, my 7-figure accounts, depending on where I am in that account. And there's times that if I switch directly to a small account, I'm gonna probably just fuck up or just not care about it to the point that I'm falling asleep. I'm not even looking at my phone as much as I used to. All these things, and that's kind of normal for when it comes to the switching, because you've gotten so disciplined to the fact that you could be a bit more flowy, but now you can't. So you got to like gradually get there, and just like, the fuck ups are definitely perfectly fine. It's normal as hell when it comes to a small account to a big account, or a big account to a small account. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? So like that whole transition is definitely different, but at the same time, based on how you actually approach it, that's what it's based on, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to touch up on this thing before we actually leave, and I'm gonna holler at you guys. Q-Tip Fridays. Peace.